Hi, YouTube world. Hello. I wanted to make another video for you guys, my whole 2 subscribers, but no, really, hi 2 subscribers. No, but really I wanted to make this video in case anybody can relate again, and I just wanted to make my page open space to leave comments or share stories if you've had something similar. I know a lot of people have a story, not necessarily like mine, but I've had something weird happen to them related to paranormal activity and stuff. Oh god, I don't have a lot of makeup on. I just am tired and wanted a break from school stuff, and I was watching a couple videos related about paranormal stuff, and I was like, hey, I should share my story. And I watched somebody else who had their own story and said, post like a video about your own. So here goes. Okay, so basically, my first paranormal activity, ghost sighting, whatever you want to call it, I'll just call it paranormal because it's just something that can't be explained scientifically. Whether it was something ghost related, psychologically related, which I don't think so, but I'm sure some people do, or I don't know, related to my sleep cycle, which again, don't think that's what it was, but anyway. So basically, when I was 9 years old, I used to sleep in my parents' bedroom. I used to sleep with my mom because I got a lot of night terrors as a child, which is a common occurrence. But anyways, so I used to sleep with her because I'd get scared in my bedroom. I'd have those night terrors and I'd go sleep in her bed. So one morning I woke up and my mom, I was just like laying in bed for a minute, still trying to wake up, stretching, whatever. And I hear my mom in the bathroom that was connected to her bedroom. I can hear her like giving a bath to my little sister at the time. And, they're just like joking around, and I can hear them in the other room, and I'm just sitting up in bed. And then all of a sudden, towards the doorway of the bedroom, I see basically a woman who kind of looked like my mom, but I knew it wasn't my mom because I can hear my mom giving a bath to my sister in the bathroom next door. And this woman and it doesn't really, it looks like a human, but you can tell it's kind of like not solid looking, I guess is a way to describe it. But she has on a pink sweatshirt, like with a collar right here. I can remember all the details because it was so frightening to me as a child. And she had on a light pink sweatshirt, and she had on blue sweatpants. It was either blue or gray. I mean, keep in mind I'm 31 now, but I do remember she had on sweatpants. I want to say it was blue. And she just was slowly coming towards the bed, which was freaking me out. And I've heard a lot of other people say, like, when they've seen ghosts, it was, like, at the foot of the bed. So anyways, she's just, like, slowly, like, floating. Like, because she's not really, her feet aren't on the ground. So she's, like, floating towards the bed towards me. And she has long brown hair, like, similar to my mom. Maybe a bit younger than my mom, probably, I want to say, like, late 20s, maybe early 30s. But yeah, long brown, like medium brown hair, dark brown eyes, like, kind of attractive, looks like a nice lady. But I just remember my feelings was so terrified at the time because I was like, what the heck is this? And I don't know if I was picking up on her feelings, because I've heard that too. Sometimes you pick up on the ghost feeling. But just being a child, I was so confused and like, what is this coming towards me? And then I don't know if she was the ghost or whatever it was scared as well, because I was just absolutely terrified. And then when she finally did like get towards the bed, it felt like an eternity, but it was probably like, 10 seconds. When she got towards the foot of the bed, she just kind of like disappeared, like dissipated into the air, and I was so scared. I just sat on the bed like frozen for, I don't know, 30 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. And then I hopped up off the bed and just ran. Ran downstairs, and I remember just like laying with my dog. She was like laying in the sun. She liked to do that, like the sun pouring in to our living room. She would lay on the sun like patches, and I just laid down with her, and I was so scared. And yeah, that was my first experience. And after that, I just always tried to like. After that, I slept in my own bed, and I tried to stay away from like my parents' bedroom after that. And my parents don't live at that house anymore. They sold it. But it was a new house, so that's why it's weird that I seen a ghost there, because it wasn't like, oh, somebody could have died there. So I don't know if somebody died on the property, or was related to, I don't know, maybe a construction worker who built the house, because the house was actually built, finished being built 6 days before I was born. My parents, designed the house with like my grandpa, who was an engineer, and I think maybe that's why too I have some connection with that house, is because it was literally finished being built 6 days before I was born. So I've always, even to this day, I still dream about that house, which I know again is weird, but I've always had dreams about like people who are living in the house. And the weird thing is, my mom still lives in that area. I don't. I live in another state now, but like sometimes after I have dreams about people like moving in, I'll ask my mom, and sure enough, she'll be like, yeah, somebody just moved in. Or I'll have dreams about somebody moving out, and she'll say, yeah, somebody moved out. Anyway, it's just this weird connection with that house and me. But the reason why I don't believe it was just sleep related is because I was so lucid in that moment. Like I said, I still remember like the details, and this is years. This has been this is I mean, I'm 31 now, and I was 9 years old at the time, so it's been decades since this happened. I still remember the pink sweatshirt, the bluish sweatpants, like the color of her hair, everything. I still remember all this. And so it wasn't like, oh, I was half awake. Like, no, I was lucid during that. Like, it wasn't, because that's what a lot of people, I told adults about it because I was scared. And I think I told like friends about it, and they were all like, oh, you're probably half asleep. Like, no, I really wasn't. I know what being half asleep is like. But anyway, and the other reason too why I don't think it was just like sleep related, or something psychologically, like, oh, from stress or something, is because when I was 18 years old, I was like 18. I think I was a senior. I was in high school. Maybe I was 17, 18, something like that. But anyways, one night I was up late doing a paper for school. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was downstairs in the living room, like typing up this paper. And and then I finally finish it. And I'm coming upstairs. And all of a sudden I hear a blood-curdling scream. And I mean, literally, that's what it was. And I realized, like, it's my mom. Like, for a second, I was just like, what the, because it was literally blood curdling. So then like, after I hear it, I run to my mom's bedroom and I'm like, Mom, are you okay? I burst open the door. My mom's like, I'm fine. Just go back to sleep. She's all like tired. And I'm like, okay, like, how do I go to sleep after that? She doesn't explain, like, what happened or anything, but she just keeps telling me to go back to sleep. So I'm like, okay, if you're alright. So then I eventually do go back to sleep, and then or go to sleep, I mean. The next day, though, I, like, keep bugging my mom, like, what was that about? How was I supposed to go to sleep when you did that, when you were screaming? And she basically tells me, oh, I thought I saw something, but I'm sure it was nothing. I'm like, Mom, what did you see? Because I knew she's seen something because it was in her room, and I know I'd seen something, years ago. And I'm like, Mom, did you see a lady who had on, like, sweatpants and a pink sweatshirt? And my mom starts going, yeah. And I'm like, Mom, did she have, like, brown hair, brown eyes? And, like, my mom's like, yeah. And, like, the more I keep describing her, the more my mom is like, Kim, you're freaking me out. I'm like, no, you're freaking me out. But she's like, yeah, I thought I saw a woman. And it basically, I realized she'd seen what I'd seen years before. So anyway, that just confirmed to me, like, okay, it wasn't just me, somebody else had seen this. And the fact that it was, like, the same exact thing, again, makes me think, okay, this was something paranormal. Like, this wasn't just, oh, I don't know, I was having, like, confusion because I just woken up or something like that. And then also, I've always had this weird feeling whenever I went into my parents' bedroom after that, which I tried to, like, stay away from. But, I had to use their bathroom sometimes or get something out of my parents' bedroom. And I always had this, like, uncomfortable feeling. Like, you just know when, I feel like when a room has a certain presence to it that's not a good presence. And I don't mean that this ghost was necessarily bad, because I don't think she meant to harm me, but I think, like, she had a lot of, like, fear and all this, and that's what I was picking up on. But every time I would go into that room, it just felt like something was off. And then I knew another time I was using my parents' bathroom, and I was, like, maybe 16 or something. I started hearing, like, banging on they had a filing cabinet outside the bathroom, because if you went through my parents' bedroom, there was, like, a tiny little office area and then the bathroom. So anyway, I hear, like, banging coming from the filing cabinet in that tiny office area, and I was, like, brushing my teeth or whatever, and I came out of the bathroom, and I was thinking to myself, oh, one of the cats must have jumped off the filing cabinet or something. And I mean, I opened the door pretty quick, like, to see what it was, and there was no cat. There was nothing to really explain what the heck that... It sounded like somebody literally, like, banged on the filing cabinet as hard as they could. So anyway, I just think that area was haunted by this woman. Anyways, so that's my first, like, probably scariest paranormal story I have. So I don't want to make this video too long, because I know I don't really like to watch videos that are, like, hours long. Okay, so anyway, if you can relate, please like this video, comment, subscribe, comment if you've had something similar. But anyway, I just feel like we need to be more open discussing, like, weird things, because just know that if this has happened to you, you're not the only one. And how are we ever gonna like figure out what's going on with paranormal stuff that's happened to us if we don't talk about it? Okay, so anyway, yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.